The 1966 Washington quarter is a coin that many people talk about because of the high prices some special examples have sold for. Some people even say this coin can be worth $21,900, and that surprises a lot of people because most of us think of quarters as just everyday money. But like many things in coin collecting, the truth is more detailed and interesting than it might seem at first. The 1966 quarter is a regular coin in most cases, but there are certain rare examples and special types that can be worth a lot of money. To understand why, it helps to look at what the coin is, how it was made, what makes it special, and what kinds of qualities raise its value. The 1966 quarter is part of the Washington quarter series that started in 1932. On the front of the coin, which is called the obverse, you see a picture of George Washington. Above his head is the word liberty, and to the left of his face is the phrase "In God We Trust." On the back of the coin, which is called the reverse, there is an eagle with its wings open, standing on arrows with olive branches underneath. The top says United States of America, and the bottom says $quarter. The design is the same as other quarters made during that time, so nothing about the artwork itself makes the 1966 quarter rare or special. Most people do not think twice about a quarter because its value is 25 cents. You can buy gum, use it for parking, or put it in a vending machine. But collectors look at coins differently than the average person. They look at how rare a coin is, how well it was made, how much wear it has, and whether it has any unusual features or errors. Some coins are extremely common, and others are extremely rare. Sometimes a tiny mistake from the mint can make a coin worth far more than its face value. Sometimes even a normal-looking coin can be worth a lot if it is in almost perfect condition and has been graded by experts. The year 1966 was a very unusual time for U.S. coin production. The United States was dealing with a coin shortage and rising silver prices. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. But starting in 1965, the U.S. Mint changed the metal to copper and nickel so that coins would be cheaper to make and easier to produce in large numbers. The 1966 quarter, like the 1965 and 1967 quarters, has no silver at all. Instead, it has a copper core on the inside and a nickel layer on the outside, which gives it a shiny silver color even though it contains no silver. Some people still believe the 1966 quarter has silver in it, but it does not. Another unusual thing about the 1966 quarter is that it has no mint mark. Normally, coins show where they were made. A D means Denver, an S means San Francisco, and a P, or no mark usually means Philadelphia. But during 1965, 1966, and 1967, the Mint removed all mint marks from coins to try to discourage people from saving coins instead of spending them. Because of this, every 1966 quarter has no mint mark. This is normal and not an error. Some people think their coin is rare because it lacks a mint mark, but in this case, that is simply how all of them were made. One important thing that affects value is the condition of the coin. If a coin has been used for years and has scratches, dents, or worn-down details, that coin is called circulated. Most 1966 quarters found in pockets, drawers, or old jars are in circulated condition. These circulated coins are usually worth only their face value of 25 cents, and sometimes a little more, maybe around 50 cents, or $1 if they look nicer than average. But even nice circulated coins are still very common. A coin that has never been used is called uncirculated. These coins still have their original shine and crisp details. Uncirculated 1966 quarters are worth more than worn ones, but they are not extremely rare. Many people saved rolls of quarters from this time period, so uncirculated coins exist in large numbers. An uncirculated 1966 quarter might be worth around $5 to $10, depending on how shiny it is and how few marks it has. However, there is a big difference between a normal uncirculated coin and a top-graded coin. Coin grading companies like pcgs and NGC look at every tiny detail and give the coin a grade. The highest grades, such as MS67, MS68, or MS69, are extremely hard to get. A coin with almost no marks, perfect luster, and flawless surfaces can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars because collectors know how rare such a perfect example is. This is where the very high values come from, including the famous 1966 quarter that sold for $21,900. That coin was not an ordinary quarter. It was an extremely high-grade special mint set coin with outstanding quality. Another reason some 1966 quarters can be worth a lot of money is because of errors. Errors happen during the minting process and can make a coin unique. One of the most valuable types of errors is a wrong planchet error. A planchet is the blank metal disc that the coin is struck on. If a quarter was accidentally struck on a penny or nickel planchet, it will look strange because it is the wrong color, the wrong weight, or the wrong size. These wrong planchet coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars if they are confirmed to be real by a grading service. Another interesting type of error is an off-center strike. This is when the coin is not placed correctly under the machine that stamps the design. The design might be shifted to one side, and part of the coin might be blank. A small off-center strike might be worth around $20 to $50. But a large off-center strike with the full date visible can be worth $100 to $300 or more. There are also clipped planchet errors. This happens when part of the coin is missing because the metal strip used to make blanks overlap during cutting. A clipped planchet looks like someone took a bite out of the coin. These clips can be small or large, and depending on the size, they can be worth around $30 to $100. Another error is a missing clad layer. The 1966 quarter is made from layers of metal. If one of the outer layers is missing, the coin may appear copper-colored on one side or both. Missing clad layer errors are noticeable and interesting to collectors. They usually sell for around $75 to $200 depending on how much of the layer is missing and how nice the coin looks. There are also doubled die coins, where part of the design looks doubled because the die struck it slightly off during the creation process. There are no famous or major double dies known for 1966 quarters, but if a strong double die were discovered, it would become very valuable. Even a minor double die can bring extra value if collectors consider it interesting enough. Another important thing to understand about 1966 quarters is the role of special mint sets, also called SMS sets. Because the U.S. Mint did not make regular proof sets during 1965, 1966, and 1967, they made SMS sets instead. These coins have a better strike, cleaner surfaces, and more detail than regular coins made for circulation. SMS coins look almost like proofs, but they are not quite the same. They are also made in smaller numbers and kept in special packaging. Some SMS quarters from 1966 are extremely high quality. Only a few of them have been graded at the very highest levels. These top-grade SMS quarters are the ones that bring the biggest money at auctions. The record price for a 1966 SMS quarter is the famous example that sold for about $21,900. That coin had almost perfect surfaces and incredible eye appeal, making it one of the best examples in existence. Most SMS coins are not worth that much, but a perfectly graded one can be. Because of the record-setting sale, many people assume that any 1966 quarter should be worth a lot of money. But this is not true. To be worth thousands of dollars, a 1966 quarter must be either a top-graded SMS coin or a major error coin, and it must be graded and confirmed by a professional company. Without these things, most 1966 quarters are only worth their normal value. If you find a 1966 quarter and wonder whether it is special, start by looking at its condition. If it is scratched, dull, dirty, or worn, it is probably worth only a little more than face value. If it looks shiny and uncirculated, that is a good sign, but still not enough to guarantee high value. Check for errors like off-center strikes, clipped planchets, wrong planchets, or missing clad layers. If you think your coin might be rare, consider sending it to a grading service for confirmation. Many people online list their coins for extremely high prices, but listing a coin does not mean it will sell for that price. The only numbers that matter are actual sold prices from real auctions. Places like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers show real sales records, which can help you see the true value of rare coins. In the end, the 1966 quarter is a very common coin in its normal form, worth about 25 cents. But rare versions, especially special mint set coins in perfect condition or major mint error coins, can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. The most valuable one ever recorded sold for about $21,900, but that coin was a top-graded SMS example and extremely rare. Coin collecting is a fun and educational hobby, and part of the excitement comes from never knowing what you might find. Even a simple 1966 quarter in your change could turn out to be something special. The key is to look carefully, learn as much as you can, check facts, and when needed, ask experts for help. If you enjoy this kind of information, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep checking your coins.